I'm Caitlin, and I'm here to teach you how to cook because it's not hard and it's really fun to do. So tonight, we're gonna with various vegetables and noodles because I don't have a name for it. So, what you need: chicken breast, okay? Noodles, preferably already cooked. If not cooked, I'll talk in a second. Red pepper, onion, and kabam, tomato. Alright? We're going to mix that all together. Okay, so this is the fun part of the video where you just really see my hands because I'm going to show you how to do stuff. So, sorry, no face. Okay, so first, you need an onion. Now, I like onions, so I'm going to do like an onion and a half, but you can just do one. First thing you want to do is slice off the end of the onion because it's going to make it peeling really tricky. That was very brutal. It's okay if you don't do it perfectly, okay? Slice your onion in half, peel away all that papery stuff because that doesn't taste good and you will not like it. You're going to just take it and slice it. And with your knife, if you can see, you're leaving the bottom of your knife on the cutting board at all times. You're just using the leverage of your awesome arm to slice it down, and you get lovely little slicey things. I think that red pepper. Now this is a trick. A lot of people will try, and with their red pepper, they're going to stab it like this. I don't know if this you can see. Okay, yeah. You're going to stab it like this, and that really doesn't work. So the trick is to go kapam. Like that, okay, yeah, you lose a little bit here, but if you really want it, you can just go boom, 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 boom. Okay, red pepper. And then the inside, you just tear it out, just like that, over to the trash pile. Pat it like that to get all the seeds out, because the seeds, they're not really good. I mean, if you have some seeds, that's fine. There's a few seeds in here, and I'm leaving them in because they're delicious. Okay, so you saw... Sorry, talk too fast. You're just cutting it like that, and then once you've got your little quarters, I like to cut them into like 3 or 4 pieces depending on how fat your pepper is. So you're basically getting little pieces. They're about 1/2 inch or 1/2 knuckle. And they're super delicious. The main thing that you want to do whenever you're cooking anything is to try and make everything consistent. So if you decide that you're going to have full 1 inch really thick slices, make sure that all your slices are that thick. If as long as it's consistent, it's going to cook at the same time. And if it's cooking at the same time, that means your meal is going to taste delicious. Okay? Tomato. It's pretty simple. You're going to cut your tomato in half. Okay? See the beautiful inside of the tomato. If you don't like tomato that much, don't use it. If you don't like red pepper, don't use it. If you don't like onions, don't use it. The great thing about cooking, especially cooking for yourself, is that you don't need to really follow the recipe to the letter. You can do what you want to do. So I just sliced my tomato into little wedges. So this is roughly 1/8 of the entire tomato. Hi everybody, so we switched to the stove. I've got my non-stick, heavy-duty frying pan. It's nice and strong, sturdy, sweet stuff. So I'm going to turn my heat onto a medium-high. So the medium, in case you just have numbers, is usually about a 5. So you want to have your heat right between a 7 and an 8. Don't kill yourself on trying to get it perfect. You want to get some olive oil out. I like extra virgin olive oil. And I forgot this ahead of time, salt and pepper. Salt and pepper are always important in whatever you're making. So while your pan's heating up, you're going to open up your chicken breast and get that out. Once you've got your pan nice and hot, a good way to judge if it's hot is just take a sprinkle of water and see how it steams up just like that. Okay, we're turning on the fan so I don't get the smoke detector going off. See how it's bubbling up like that? That's just what you want. You don't want it too high. That's just right, okay? So, you add just a drizzle of olive oil. Oil is really important. Now, the reason that you can't necessarily always use butter is that animal fats will boil at a lower temperature than vegetable fats. And you can't get the same thing. Now you hear that noise, and that's good. When you're cooking, especially when you've got something in a pan, you want to hear noise, okay? That means everything's working. So you put your chicken in the pan, just a little sprinkle of salt, a little sprinkle of pepper. If you don't like pepper, don't add pepper. It's that simple. Okay. And we're just going to let it sit for about a minute on each side. Take this one kind of out of ways. See how it's getting nice and brown on the bottom? This is right about the stage. All you're going to do, if you've got a non-stick pan, use a non-stick spatula and just flip it over. Okay, these are really teeny tiny chicken breasts too. Most of my time my chicken breasts are bigger, but they gave me tiny ones at the supermarket apparently when I bought them, so that's cool. Alright, now, once you flip them, again you gotta salt the other side. Okay? And once they're flipped, it's time to add the onions. You want to add the onions first, because onions take the longest time to cook. So you're just gonna kind of sprinkle them all in, right like that. You can see kind of a glossy, glassy color in them. They're not clear, by all means, but they're getting kind of glassy. At that point, it's time to add the red pepper. Okay? Red pepper is going to take the second longest to cook. Alright, so we add the red pepper in. Give it a little shake. And again, watch your oil content. The reason you put an oil in a pan is that it provides a buffer between the heat and whatever you're cooking. The red peppers aren't going to take too much long to cook, especially if you got them sliced nice and thin. You can see they're already turning kind of a lighter color, more translucent. You still want your red peppers nice and crisp and firm, because that's what, you know, I think at least is a good red pepper. You give it a little more stir. And then I'm going to add my tomatoes, okay? If there's anything about this dish you don't like, don't add it. And don't be afraid of the noise. Again, the noise is really important. It's a really good noise. It means that everything is working. Okay. Now, the tomatoes we don't really want to cook down. We pretty much just want to put the tomatoes in there to get warm. Once the tomatoes are added, give it about a minute. Just a minute. And then we add our noodles. Add as many noodles as you think you're going to eat. Okay? In terms of sauces that you can add some tomato sauce, like spaghetti sauce, onto this. And that's really well. You can add a little more olive oil if you're trying to be healthy, which is what I'm going to do next. And essentially, in that, you've got your my delicious dish of, I guess, chicken noodles and peppers. All in all, I think it's something that you can do and have fun with it. Add stuff that you don't think would necessarily go together. The only way to become a good cook is to experiment and try new things. Until next time, I'm Kate. Bye-bye.